Everybody from time immemorial, from the Crusades back, have been losing in the Middle East. And so individuals would want to know how to win in the Middle East. And I have the secret. The secret is that you have to support the government. Anytime you go in there to support the government, you will win. You're going to support your friends who you think is going to be bailing out your interests or looking after your interests. You have some problems because he's not going to be able to control the masses and can come back and give you some problems. I remember when the Spring Revolution started in the Middle East, I blogged that, listen, man, tell the citizens to go home, tell them to stop this. They don't understand democracy and capitalism. Democracy and capitalism is not something that the people in the Middle East will be able to practice ever. I don't care which, ever, who, whatever. I mean, in my country, they say the democratic and capitalism, man, they kill you if you say something they don't want to hear, right? They rigged elections hands down, no problem. So I'm not sure was this romance with democracy and capitalism. I think I know what the romance is. The enemy, and I see France and others are working with the same enemy. The enemy is using something that certain people use so close and dear to the heart. When you say democracy and capitalism, some people start salvitating. Some people start as if they're going to have an ovulation. I mean, come on. I don't own democracy nor capitalism. We've had an experience that helps us to function a little in democracy and capitalism, this Christian Reformation thing and years of freedom and so on. But the Middle East is a different game. They have their own thing over there and it's working for them. I mean, with Saddam Hussein, their things were kind of stable. No, them fellas come with regime change. And the thing is that Blair in Britain talked about regime change. He thinks that God ordained him and the Queen to be rulers in Britain. And in any other country, especially in Africa or in the Middle East, he could go in and choose who he thinks should be king and president or whatever. And I don't think that he has that kind of wisdom to know that kind of thing. I mean, look at this straight up. They're not wise because the problems they have now in Iraq and other places, you want to know if this regime changes anything with sense. And I hear France with the same regime change thing too. You're going to always lose with regime change. You're going to have problems. And as long as this world continues, somebody's going to go to jail. Maybe Blair can go to jail one day. Who knows? All right. So the deal is this. You may not like the guy who's there because he's not doing what you want. But what is it you want done? And the problems you have after what you want done, is it worth it? Some people say that there's oil in Iraq. Nobody in oil yet, as far as I could see. But look how much money was spent. Look how many people are having mental problems. Look at all the problems in the place. The world is now distraught and traumatized by the problems over there. You see, this is the principle here. God says thou shalt not kill. And he's talking only to me, that I shouldn't kill my neighbor or that woman across the street. He's talking to certain people in power. They feel that, we could just go and kill that fellow over there. Oh yeah, kill him, no problem. But here, man, you're going to have to stand before God, one. And secondly, if your power is just to abuse people and kill people, you're going to lose it very soon. Because this is not what you get power for. You get power to help people. I have a lot of intellectual power. And what I do, I'm trying to help folks. I'm not trying to outsmart nobody. I'm not trying to con nobody into nothing. Okay? And so far, it's been done free. Nobody pay me yet for my ideas. And my ideas are saving a lot of stuff. Okay? And so, when you look at the empires in the past that have come through and gone, they came to the place where they became very ungodly. They figured like their ideas are more important than what God has said. And his word is clear. Thou shalt not kill. He's also created this world for us to live here. He didn't create Mars for anybody to live. So people feel that because they're powerful and rich and so on, they could do what they want. But listen, at nights, I'd like to ask some of them, how does it be at nights when you're killing all these people? How do you feel at nights? Don't your conscience bother you? Don't God come down and try to, send you crazy? You have to be on Prozac or something to be able to function? What's up? You can't be doing stuff like that and not have problems, consequences, mental problems, emotional problems and all that stuff. How are you able to look normal and all that kind of stuff, And so the Crusades have not worked in the Middle East. They try all kinds of stuff. And you know what? This whole thing with regime change in the Middle East and all those games down there, the enemy is sending these guys because there's nobody who could defeat these big powerful nations in Europe right now except them fellas in the Middle East. Russia went down there, Soviet Union, they get run out of there. And I mean, I know that some people helped them, with arms and whatever, but without that, it would have still happened eventually. Because when you go into the Middle East, don't go in there think that you're going to do a 6 week campaign and everything will be good. That land is foreboding, and you're going to have to be in there fighting as long as you're in there. If there's 100 years, even if there's 200 years, as long as you're in there, you're going to have a fighting hand. There's no way you're going to be accepted, period, down there. I don't understand how it happens, but that's the way it's going to be. So if you think that you could do it differently and you're going to go down, one man said, oh, I can use air power. I won't put boots on the ground. Boots end up on the ground, and it almost bankrupted the world, man. The world almost collapsed. France might get so pissed off with this thing now they want to put boots on the ground because it's just this ISIS, a couple thousand people or whatever. But listen, man, the Middle East, the twines of familial things are so deep that this guy could be the ugliest terrorist over there. But you got brothers and sisters and cousins and uncles and nieces and nephews who are decent folks. They're not criminal like him, but they're family. And when you kill him, they're going to be mourning, and some of them are going to radicalize and say, you know what, shucks, they should have to kill my uncle. My uncle was good to me. He used to bring candies to me. He used to put me on the shoulder. He used to go fishing. All these nice stuff. You can't tell them that this man is that bad that you would say, right? So what's going to happen is that you're going to think that, oh, you killed the bad man, so now you could be happy and everything is good. It's one, his family can come and hurt you. You know what I mean? That's how it is. In fact, there was a song in the Caribbean. Rastamen were on the fire in the 70s and whatever. But the guy said, Rastaman, be careful. And the fella say, shooting me is a waste. Another Rasta going to take my place. And not only one Rasta, 40, 100 Rastas going to take his place. It always happens as a persecution complex. I mean, it could be explained with the Roman Empire. The Romans know it. The Pope know it. All right? Constantine, Diocletian, Trojan, and Decius, these emperors, they thought that they could eradicate Christianity from pagan Rome. And when they were just 1,000 Christians, they started this killing. And when the first one died, there were 100,000. And when he started killing that 100,000, when he died, there were 1 million. And when the next one died, there were like 12 million. So Constantine came on, he said, you know what? I shall join and conquer. And he conquered this game that he saw the cross, and by this you shall conquer, or whatever. That's more paganism. Jesus and God don't have nothing to do with cross, right? So he joined them, infiltrated them, and that is what really caused the problem, because instead of folks doing what they were doing, not necessarily responding to persecution, but studying the Word of God, praying, fellowshipping, going out and telling people about the love of Jesus, they start having tea parties, and they having competition and games night, and little parties and little dance and little bingos. And guess what? That is what did it. The Christianity came from 12 million back to, let's see, 50. So that infiltrate and conquer thing, it works all the time. So finally, if you really, really want to do some good in the Middle East, support the government. You see, in Egypt now, everybody's stable, everything is happy. There's a general back, somebody similar to Mubarak is back in power. In Saddam Hussein country, there's nobody who has that kind of mind to beat down whoever playing crazy yet. So it's going to be unstable all the time. You want to get rid of Assad. When Assad goes, who are you going to put in power? Are we going to put Blair? Or are we going to put Cameron? Or are we going to put Holland? They can't hold those people back, man. When people start just killing and this kind on, this be like fun. Oh man, they could kill somebody at will. And they can just keep on with that until somebody that, God raises up from amongst them to put them back in check. You don't just be spinning top and wasting your time and wasting your money and wasting your life for your people. So if you want to win in the Middle East, support the government.